EiRAM 6.
What's going on, Brooklyn College? Welcome back to another episode of Listen to This. I'm your host, EiRAM 6, coming at you live from the BK where you can have it your way pretty much any day. 4-0 baby forever though. Everywhere I go, I let them know who raised me. Love my city down, dummy. Baltimore baby, how we feeling? Brooklyn, how we feeling? Cali friends, how y'all doing? And all my peoples in between. How's it going? Y'all good? Everyone good? Yeah? That's good. I've been having myself a time this week, I'm not gonna lie. I'm always a bit emotional this time of year. One of my homies passed away 6 years ago, and his birthday just passed, so I've been going through the motions with that. And I lost one of my flash drives that had an assignment on it. We're just figuring that out. But, you know, it's all good, baby. You just got to roll with the punches. Anyways, just wanted to throw this reminder out there. If there is a project you have been working on, a finished work from the past that you're proud of, or if you would just like to come hang out with your boy and yap about creativity, then please step right up. I'd love to have you. Go ahead and send me an email at EiRAM6, EIRAM.6, SIX, at proton.me. Again, that's EiRAM6, EIRAM.6, SIX, at proton.me. Leave your name and write a brief message, and I will get back to you. Or you can follow me on Instagram at EiRAM6, spelled the same way, and send me a DM. As a reminder, again, you do not have to be a Brooklyn College student to appear on the show. So if you have a friend, family member, or a loved one outside of the campus community that you think would be a good fit, definitely send them my way. I would love to chat and explore as many realms of creativity as possible. Don't be shy now. I don't bite.
Sometimes.
Moving right along. We are nearing the end of April, which means that the semester is almost over. The weeks are about to fly right on by, and finals will be here before you know it, so definitely lock in, study, finish strong, and make sure all of your affairs are in order for next semester or graduation for some of you. And so with all that being said, I believe it's time to introduce today's lovely, lovely guest.
Got me.
Yes, today I have the pleasure of introducing WBCR's very own station manager, the lovely Serena Edwards.
What's good, y'all? I'm excited. I love being on my people's shows. I'm very excited to be here and engage in this conversation.
Yes, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you for being on the show. I appreciate you. I know it was kind of last minute, but...
Yeah, you know, but I always make time for my people. So.
I appreciate that. I do. So, welcome.
Oh my gosh, am I being interrogated?
If you could please just, I know, but just so they know.
Yeah, I gotta know who I am.
Right, yeah. If you could please say a few words.
Okay, so I'm Serena. My friends call me Rena. Some people, it's very picky. But I'm multifaceted. Like, I do a bunch of things, dancing, writing, painting, editing, video, photo, you name it. I really call myself like the Mad Hatter because I just wear so many hats. I'm an opinions editor at the Vanguard, which is Brooklyn College's campus publication, which is really fun for me because I'm very opinionated. I'm pretty sure you know that. And I'll be managing editor next semester, so I think it's gonna be very fun.
Very fun. Congratulations. Love that. What is your major?
Oh, I'm journalism. See, I should have said that. Journalism and media studies.
There we go. So you mentioned a few things: dancer, painter, writer, videographer, editor.
It's so crazy because you basically said that like in the order that it sort of like came for me. Like I started dancing young, elementary school, because the school that I went to, it was like very curriculum based, but then we had like shows, so like they would have people coming in
like
for like
recitals,
a program.
kind of thing.
I guess it's like recitals, but you know how they would like do like the holiday shows, and then there was like one in the middle where I think the most memorable one, at least for me, is we did like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. This is when I didn't know like about that movie, but I knew about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory because Johnny Depp just like guys,
right.
But
that's my favorite one, honestly.
So we did like a dance to that, and we did like Pure Imagination. So that's one of my first, I guess, memories of dance. But then after school, I started going into after school like programs, and there was like Mr. Richards after school, and there was a lady named Ivory, bless her heart, I love her so much. Oh my gosh. She was like a big sister to me, so she would like be doing dances, and because at that time I really loved like following people that inspired me. I'd be like, okay, I'm about to learn this dance.
She got you dancing,
guys. Yeah, and then there was a camp as well, and then that's where I really started being like, I really envision like a whole performance in my head. So my dad, he liked like old school music, so I would like be listening to like Poison, or I would be listening to Mary J. Blige, and like I was just like, I want to do a dance to this song. And then Ivory, she would do dances to like Sierra and Missy Elliott. So all of those like 90s, 2000s sort of songs really influenced me. And I did a performance with my friends. We were like, 8? doing like the Running Man and stuff on stage for like our summer show. And that's how I started dance. And then middle school I continued, but this was a different type. I started with hip hop, and then I went into like modern and ballet and like those type of things. And then I continued in high school, but it wasn't as rigorous. Like I wasn't like doing classes. I wasn't like in as many shows. Like it would be one show, also because of funding. Like the schools that I used to go to when I was in middle school and elementary school were not like they had more funding, and they were like giving into the arts and stuff. And I think this is also for high school, it's around the time where art was like being defunded. Yeah, so it wasn't as demanding, or people weren't like, oh, I want to go see this. Yeah,
it's a shame when that happens, because I really do feel like the arts are a valid part of curriculum,
literally,
but they're also the first ones to get cut. And I'm like,
literally.
Like people need that outlet for expression. But it sounds like dance was like a pretty core part of your upbringing. Do you still dance now?
No, and I need to really get back.
We're going out.
We're going
out. We're gonna do ballet in the club.
I still have my CDs and stuff, and it's like I look at my dances and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Me, I'm so cute. I love little baby Serena. She's so adorable.
Yes, love the inner child down. So if dance isn't so much like I wouldn't say it's not a part of your life anymore, but just like did something else kind of take its place in terms of what your focus is?
I think everything else that you sort of mentioned. So painting, I really did like painting in the aspect of, I forgot to mention makeup, guys. So like painting, I did face makeup like as well. I did canvas like landscape painting, but I also did like makeup on my face. So I wanted to be like a butterfly one day. And I would do like during COVID, that's really when I started doing like, ooh, I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to calm down, guys, so I'm gonna do some makeup, or I'm gonna go ahead and paint.
That was your cope for
that was
COVID.
My outlet, for COVID. And I still sort of do it, but I don't do it as rigorously. But I would say what took over my time, just because of school and what I've become sort of like a pro at, is writing and like videography, photography, and like editing. and obviously radio. I mean, I wouldn't be here for no reason. Guys, I wouldn't be here for no reason. But I learned how to have like more like personality. So like videography and photography, I see in my head how I plan things out. It's like I write. I love pen and paper, so I'll write it all out. And I'll be like, I want this. Like my graduation stuff, guys, I already have that planned in my head. My grad shoot, like I got, it's going to be a production. But
no doubt.
Writing in my head, the way that I write, sometimes it is creatively and it's like, oh, like this is like a show that I would want to happen, or like this is like a plan in my head, more so like a script. And then like it either goes into like videography or like photography, I guess you could say, because for videography, I used to do YouTube. I don't like talking about it because I feel like I cringe like at my little projects, but like seeing other people do things, I think that's what I like. Being like, okay, I have this vision and I feel like you'd be the perfect person for it. And then I'll like be behind the scenes doing those things. So that's how I really got into videography. And then my coursework just all surrounds that. And then what I'm doing here, like I have my own show, so I have to write, I have to plan.
Which is called It's Time to Speak.
Oh my God.
You know, gotta plug.
Thank you for plugging me. Thank you for plugging me.
Of course.
But writing is fundamental. And I feel like it has been a part of my life for forever because my mom is an editor. So she really is the one that made sure that regardless if I can't say it, I'm going to be able to write it. Like, she also would edit my pieces or like edit the stories that I had, or like if I had a plan, I'd be like, okay, so like I'm coming to you with my vision and like all I need you to do is edit this for me. And she'd be like, okay, I'll do it for you. Okay. We got this. So
would you say that she is like an influence in your writing?
I would say, yeah, my mom is a big influence in my writing, like me taking up writing. Before, I never wanted to admit it because I never like really wanted to be like, oh, when you get asked in class, like, who's your biggest influence? I used to say like strangers, but my mom is one of my biggest influences in like who I am as a person and how I carry myself, what I write about. I think just like the way that I was raised, I've learned a lot about my culture and like Black history, and that is weaved into the pieces that I write, weaved into the stories that I talk about, or like just with It's Time to Speak on, a lot of the content that I do is based off of Black history or like Black creatives, and I love being surrounded by that. So
word. That is actually that's like a good segue into one of the questions that I wanted to ask you, which is if your personal identity or your cultural background played a role in your creative practices, which you sort of already answered, but if you want to like...
I feel like the African American side, yes. But my Caribbean side, which I've been trying to really, really get in touch with, like the food, the way that people dress, the way that like people carry themselves, I think that's a little bit of where I want to dive into more, or like dive deeper into, because I feel like I didn't like normally go to the Caribbean islands all the time to like live there for the summer. Like a lot of my cousins were there. They had like a house there. Where in Grenada, Carriacou is an island on Grenada, just for context, guys. And then the Bahamas, I went when I was a baby, but then I didn't go again until I was like, I would say I was in middle school during this time. No, I was going into middle school. I was 11, and we spent the summer there. But it was like miserable because I wasn't raised like going every summer to be like, oh, like this is something that I expected. And so I wasn't immune to the mosquitoes, guys. I wasn't immune to the sand flies, and I got sick. And that was like a bad, like it put a sour taste in my mouth, because I was like, damn, like it's hot. I don't like this. And you guys have to like keep in mind, in New York, we got AC. Like, and AC is I will never take advantage of AC ever again in my life because they don't use the AC in the Bahamas. Like, that's like a nighttime
they just
privilege.
Got like a fan that moves hot air
like,
around. You
see it, you understand.
I'm hip.
Understand. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, absolutely not. Like, I can't. So I would say I think more so the African American side instead of my Caribbean side, even though I really, really, really am trying to dive deeper into that.
Yeah. As someone who also has a foreign parent, I don't know if you can relate, but being American, like born and raised, and then having like that foreign tie, it's like America has this like weird way of like collecting cultures and then also disconnecting you from them at the same time. It's weird. I don't know how to describe it. So it's like it takes parts of cultures, and that's how we built America. But then you being American born, you have this pressure to be like Americanized. Yeah. And then you kind of lose touch with that root. Like when my mom was raising, like growing up, she struggled like with English and she had like a really heavy accent. So she didn't really like speak to us in Tagalog much, and I wish that she did because she was trying to work on her English, and she didn't want to like confuse us. But I tried to incorporate elements of Filipino culture into my creative practices, just to kind of as like a nod, because like regardless, like there's a diaspora, there's a spectrum, like even if I am American born, I'm still Filipino, Exactly. But like
I think even with that though, like people like try to dismiss if you're not like from the island, that you're not like you're not a part of it. Like even when I'm like, well, yeah, I am Grenadian. Well, no, because your mom is from London, so you're technically not, and like your descent does not fall from there. And I'm like, okay, so like then I'm Bahamian. No, because like your parents didn't spend that much time in the Bahamas. They didn't like get raised there fully. It's like always like this dismissiveness.
Yeah, trying to like invalidate your
experience.
Identity.
Yeah.
Well, to that I say,
oh well.
Bitch, be mad.
Get
because
mad,
here I am.
Mad. You know what? And I think that goes into my work as well. Just helping validate people's experiences and identities. Like I think it's very important. And I think with It's Time to Speak On, my thing is all about every story matters, every person matters. Because I think there's like this tendency to make it feel like, oh, I care about this story, but I don't care about that story, or this matters more to me and this doesn't. And like, I don't want anybody to feel like their story is too small to be told.
Right.
Yeah. So, because I know how that feels. So, yeah.
Like, culturally, like you said, like African American culture and just like Black history and stuff. How does that tie in or influence your writing, or like, does it like affect you as like a journalist, or more like on the creative, like when you write pieces like for yourself, or both? Like in what ways does it kind of show up for you?
I think it shows up in both ways. I think also just with my experiences alone being Black in America, because I don't think that they see the diaspora. So like I think they just see Black. Like I feel like as a Black woman, my own experiences, and then wanting to know about just like Black history alone, it does go into my pieces. Like for Black History Month, I did all my pieces during that month, and like continuously just all my pieces go into people that have inspired me. So like Shirley Chisholm is a big person that inspires me, and she's an alumnus of this school, and she was the first Black woman to run for president and the first Black woman to hold a position in Congress. And like I really just find her to be inspiring. So a lot of my pieces do talk about her as a person, like what she's done and how her impact is still talked about today. Because even I think with my pieces, I'm sort of doing trying to do the work that the schools didn't do for me. Like if there's people that I didn't learn about, I'm going to use my writing, my platform to talk about those people. Because when I first heard about Shirley Chisholm, it was like, why were we not talking about her in school? Why were we always talking about like the same three people? Like, why couldn't we go further in depth with like people that made like the light bulb, people, the first Black woman to like have a hair company? Like, they're making stuff now about like people that are innovating, Black innovators, Black creatives and stuff. And I appreciate the work that's being done now. But even so, growing up, the people that grew up around my time, now they have to do catch up. Now they have to do the work to like educate themselves outside. Right. And I feel like if we're learning about all of these other things, we can make time to learn about Black innovators, Black things like that, or the Black experience. And so that's what my platform is all about, making sure that like marginalized communities feel like their experiences, those people are being heard.
Word. That's dope. I appreciate that. How do you feel about like journalism in today's media?
In what context? Because I feel like that's a loaded question. It could be. Are we talking about social media journalism, or are we talking about like mass media, like NBC, or like
just kind of like journalism as a whole? Because like for me, especially with the current administration, and then like the rise of social media and people primarily getting their news, although they shouldn't, but like a lot of people get their news from social media, and that's like a recipe for disaster in my opinion, because it's like, okay guys, just because it looks aesthetically pleasing or it got a lot of likes or views, that doesn't necessarily mean that this is a credible source. But like, you know, I feel like people, unless they have like that kind of media background, they don't really think about it that hard. So I was just wondering
media
what your
literacy is definitely dead, or is dying. But to the context of social media, I think from a journalist perspective, I sometimes do get my information from social media, but it's not from, oh, my favorite influencer just posted this and I got it from there. I always fact check, and I also follow journalists that are doing the social media journalism. So like they went to school for journalism, and then because the way that the job market is, or because of the way that the administration is treating news organizations, they decided to do independent journalism and use social media as their platform. I think that the state of journalism today, I think there's a tendency to have like a pessimistic mindset. So I always just have like a positive mindset towards journalism. I think it is sad that we're letting like people influence what we're allowed to say. Like censorship is so real. And like seeing all these people get fired for freedom of speech, or, oh, your show is canceled. I just find that to be crazy. That like we talk about the Constitution so much, and then when it comes to freedom, free speech, freedom of press, now it's like, oh my gosh, like, but I didn't like what they said. Free speech covers everything, guys, like everything, even this stuff we don't like. And so I feel like having this person like abuse power is obviously scary, but I think there's just such a power in knowing that like no matter how badly they want to, can take away our voice. I think journalists are very strong. We're also very strategic people, and we will always evolve. Journalism is never dying. You guys as in the public might think, oh, where can I get reliable sources? If we put the AI down, guys, and we put the chat GPT down, and we go back to not only like Google, okay, we're using phones, we go to the library. Let's get the library cards out. Let's go to the library. Let's
go ahead and sign up.
It's free.
Let's go ahead and do that.
It's free. You guys don't want to leave the house. You could go on your phone and go to New York Public Library. Thank you. And
they have AC.
Exactly. Yes, come on. We love the librarians. Yeah, so I think it's all about us as journalists are going to be doing our job regardless. Our job is going to always be here, whether it's social media, whether it's writing, whether it's a newspaper, whether it's you see in your 6 p.m. news. I don't think journalism is ever going to die per se. Maybe the medium is going to die, but even with that, we said the same thing about print, and now everybody wants magazines again. So I think the future is actually quite bright in my opinion, because regardless of it, if you think about like the natural disasters and stuff, who do people turn to get their information in their news? And you see the way that this world is going. I'm just saying, when stuff is going wrong, everybody turns to the journalists asking what's going on. So I feel like journalism today is scary, but it's nothing that we didn't sign up for. Like, I think with the classes that I've taken, we've talked about like trauma reporting, or like how to report on breaking news, how to do this, like how to get your fact checking, like, right, how to file for like federal documents and all of that. So I think journalism today, it just depends on who you consider to be a journalist. And that's a whole bigger discussion on who's a journalist and who's not.
I wanted to, just because I think this topic is so important, like even if you are not involved in journalism, or if you're one of those people that are like, I don't watch the news.
I don't want to watch the news.
Sad.
It's too much.
Which, no. Like, I get it, y'all. And also, we still need to be informed.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you
There's
got to
a lot
find
of
that
people.
balance. But anyway, just going back really quickly about like fact checking, could you please share how people can do that? Because, you know, you having this journalism background, I'm sure you know how to verify sources. I don't think the average person knows that, and I think that this part of the conversation is very important.
There's just so many ways that you could go about it, and that's why it's like, yo, like, I'm not trying to be funny. I think fact checking is like the most simplest thing you could really do. Like, you see a source and you're like, I don't think that's right. Or even if you're just reading one article and you're like, I want to hear a different perspective, Google. Or if not, again, the libraries, y'all.
Multiple perspectives is okay.
It is okay to have. It is okay to not have just one perspective on things, guys. That's the problem now.
It's actually good to like see both sides of a story. You know.
Hello.
That's how we get the full picture.
There's this website called Middle Ground, and it talks about like how different things are being covered on different sites. So like obviously Fox is more right winged. Also, let me shut up. Let me shut up, because I was about to go in. So you'll have that. NBC is more right winged, not right winged, left winged. And so you'll see that, and then you'll see people like Politico, which is just politics alone, and they try to be very non-biased. But Middle Ground will give you all those perspectives. So I think that's one thing that I've been doing. Also, like I said, Google. If I feel like I'm looking at something and I'm like, I don't know, or I want to know more about this, go to Google, search up the topic, or if there's a part of the article, which y'all need to start reading again, because please read articles, please. But like, if you see something, or if it's like, okay, we love doom scrolling. If you see something on TikTok and you're like, oh my gosh, I just saw this and I don't know if it's AI or not, because I think that's a perfect like example of like whether to see if something's real or not, search it up. I think somebody was like, oh my gosh, there was a pothole in the middle of Queens, or like, no, there was like a sinkhole, like a manhole. I was like, I don't really think that happens a lot. So let's go ahead and search that up. We searched it up. They were like, oh, AI video going viral about a manhole in the middle of Queens.
That wasn't real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
And you see.
And it's as simple as that. Like the thing that we spend hours scrolling per week, I think we could, use that same phone and go to that Safari app, open it, search what we need to search, and the answer will be right there. Yeah. I think it's quite easy to fact check, y'all. Just do it as
now more than ever. That is such like a necessary thing that we need to do, especially because generative AI. I'm not against AI existing. I'm just like, as of right now, because it's so horrible for the environment, I'm not for it. And I'm also not for like the fact that people are so illiterate with media. I think it's kind of dangerous to more vulnerable demographics, like to have such realistic looking AI videos. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Oh, don't even get me started, y'all.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like, I really feel like we probably should have.
I think I understand why people do not post themselves anymore. And I think that's my only fear as a journalist, is to have my video be used for AI to teach a bot, and then I'm used for an AI video because they took my whole Instagram and they were able to distort my voice or like make it into something that I didn't say. It's quite scary, but
it is.
I try to just not even think about that part. I'm not gonna lie. I can't control anything else besides myself. So,
Well, hopefully.
With the big billionaires
right.
that are investing the stock market.
Oh goodness! Hey, don't give up!
And the water shortage that we have going on. Okay, guys.
Hey, don't give up!
No, guys, I said I'm not gonna be pessimistic.
Exactly, we can still vote. Things
guys, vote for Black women in office. Please.
Well, with that being said, I just want to throw this out there. I don't know if this is the same website you were talking about, but I like to go to ground.news.
That's a good one too.
If I want to get like a well-rounded, and it will literally sit there. It'll give you like a news story headline, and then it will give you multiple articles covering the same story.
Maybe that is the one I was talking about. Y'all, please fact check it. You see this one we talking about? Fact check it.
Hey, but yes, it will give you like a story and then multiple articles covering that story, and it will tell you this one leans left, this one's right, this one is dead center. So if you are looking for ways to verify news information, that is definitely one outlet that y'all could use. And please, 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 you guys, do not just take things at face value anymore. Like, we do not live in a time where you can just do that. Yeah, we got to start putting our thinking caps on.
And don't, like, take like what we're saying also as like fear mongering. I just think that like
no, it's just
there's
reality.
A thing of being realistic and also just being prepared. Like, I think a lot of people, because we have this tendency to try to escape reality, it's going to be a very rude awakening. And I'm so sorry to say it like that. Like, it's going to be a very rude awakening. Whereas if you're living in this reality, these things that are going on, it's not as shocking. I think a big thing that I started realizing from what I've been just seeing in the research that I've been doing, a lot of Trump supporters are like really shocked about, oh my gosh, like, wow, this is happening. If you open the news and you just did some fact checking, I just feel like you would see it. So I just think not only that, but just people that didn't vote, or the people that they didn't know, or just were trying to not read because it was just too much. I think I'd rather know too much than to know too little. Yeah.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with being prepared and protecting yourself, because we've literally never had technology like this before. We've never lived in times like this before, so
use it to your advantage.
Yeah, I think it's better to be prepared, stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready type thing, than to be caught with your pants down, this kind of stuff.
Literally.
Like, so just throwing that out there,
find
because I care
outlets
about
for
y'all.
yourself. Yeah, like find outlets to take all the stuff that you just learned and put it into your vocation and what you are called to do.
Yes, and also like the Trump administration does this really lovely thing where they overwhelm us with
this tactic.
Yeah, it's insane. It feels like every day. Like, I totally understand and sympathize with like feeling kind of worn down with media and news and wanting to kind of like get away from it. At the same time, though, that's kind of what they want, because the less informed public, like, the less the public knows, the more they disconnect, the easier they are to manipulate.
Exactly.
So I totally get, like, the name of the game essentially is just balance. Like, you want to stay informed, you want to get all sides of the story, you want to fact check the story, and also, take care of yourself. If you need to take a break, that's cool, but like, don't unplug forever, because we need you to stay tapped in.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, you don't have to like be like, oh, I'm just gonna like force myself all this news at one time. You could digest it.
Don't do
have
that.
it as a digestible thing. Like, you guys do not need to force yourself to like read traumatic things all the time.
Don't do that.
I think as a journalist, I think that's the most important thing for me, to have my sanity, and that's exactly how, like, through my creative grounds, I've been able to have the best of both worlds. because I'm still doing what I want to do in the aspect of like, ooh, I'm able to tell somebody's story, but I'm also able to digest that these are things that people are going through, and like these are stories and current news that are affecting people. Yeah,
definitely. So because you are a journalist, and you know the news can be quite current events can be quite upsetting as we've covered. How do you stay balanced, or does creativity help you with balancing? And if it does, how does it do that?
Yeah, I think my creativity really just is what helps me. I think it comes through. So like right now I'm taking mobile and social media, and we have to like choose our niche and like edit videos every week or like edit something for our Instagram. Like we have to basically build our brand, and obviously I'm gonna just continue building It's Time to Speak On, guys. So like I feel like with that I am able to get the best of both worlds, because like I said, I love editing. And I think so for like other people, I would say when you're reading the news, have something that's on the side that takes you away like from everything that's going on. So like me, I love like a little like graphic and designing and stuff, or like painting and writing about something else, or like even helping people with their own shows. Like, so if you like volunteering, help somebody else, do those types of things. I think for me, I like editing. I like all of that. So when while I'm talking about something drastic that's going on, I'm like, oh my gosh, but look at that little cute font, guys. Guys, like it's.
Let me open Canva.
Right? Oh my gosh, there's too much. Oh, that just happened. All right, guys, new graphic. Let's go.
Let me get my paintbrush.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think really, I think the best example of where it was a lot for me, or I didn't necessarily have like the journalistic tools to know how to like take in a whole bunch of trauma and be like, okay, like I'm ready to go, like I'm okay with this and I'm gonna still be able to do my job, was during COVID, because it was like so much stuff is happening, death tolls rising, and I was doing makeup at that time, and that was my form, and that's really when I was doing like special effects stuff. So I would say find those things that take you away, whether it's take you away completely or you are finding an outlet to use what you learned to help you and help your community. And that's in the most creative way possible. I think I saw a rise in homelessness during COVID, so I was like doing like the meal packing stuff and like, oh, I want to make sandwiches so we could feed the people. Like I saw things that I wanted to fix, and so that I don't have to keep on hearing about this trauma, and so that they don't have to keep on experiencing this trauma. And so I found a resolution for it. And though I know that I can't stop world hunger, I know that I could be a part
always make a
of
difference.
Exactly.
You can be part of the solution.
Exactly. So obviously it's a lot. It's a lot for a person to take in. I don't want to say you grow numb to it, because it's not healthy and you're not processing your emotions with that. But I think finding not only, even if you're not necessarily a creative, find people. Like, we as humans crave community and people that we could talk to about things. So if I didn't have like the friends that I had, or like the friends that I have now, I probably would have lost myself so bad, especially with everything that's going on, like the experiences that I go through. I think, those are my biggest things. Find an outlet for yourself, find ways that you could help like make a change, and then find community. Those are my big three things. My big three.
Well said. Well, I think we're just about at time, but to kind of bring us home, what does creativity mean to you?
That's a loaded question. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I think that's a good question. I think being creative, or like creativity for me, is an outlet, a form of like expression that gives you like a release, no matter like what the medium is or what it looks like. Something that I think is like an idea that you had in your mind, or something that you've been wanting to express for a minute, and you're finding a way, or if even not even you're finding a way, because some people, they have the ideas and they tell other people about it, and then like they get like the crew to help them with it. But I think creativity as a whole is just like just having a form of like expressing or planning out things in a way that not many people could really do. But actually I also think like creativity is inside of everybody. We just have to find a way to like unlock it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Was that good?
There's no right or wrong,
guys.
It's just, what it means to you. Yeah, I would agree that creativity is inside of all of us. I've said this before, but I think it's very central to human function, and it's not just artsy things. Like creativity is in everything that we do. Problem solving,
STEM.
Yes.
When y'all be doing them robots and stuff, I can't do that. Fix a computer and stuff.
Yeah.
Plumbing,
right.
Yo.
It's part of everything that we do. But anyways, I think that's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
With me.
I hope this was an amazing conversation. I had fun.
I had fun. Yes, I always have fun with you.
Guys.
All right. This has been Listen to This with EiRAM 6 and Serena.
Mike, get ready to hear their set on Friday.
Yes. All right. Bye.